The Tale of Custard the Dragon by Ogden Nash, an American poet. This is a very nice ballad. Actually, what is a ballad? Ballad is a song. You can sing. Ballad is a song that you can sing, and it is in the form of a poem. In the ballad, Custard, Tale of Custard the Dragon. It means, oh, why? If you read, if you, I don't know whether you have gone through Ramayana or Mahabharata or not, but if you have gone through Ramayana, what you have come to know? It's a tale of Lord Rama, right? Here, the tale of Custard the Dragon is a character. It's an epic character. In this poem, it's a little poem. Maybe there it has so many stanzas, but you can call it a ballad, and the main character of the poem is Custard the Dragon. Dragon is the main character in the poem. So this dragon is a powerful. This poem teaches us that in the society, if you are understood a powerful man doesn't boast of his power. If you are really powerful, you must not boast of your power. But there are people who make much of their power. Like empty vessels sounds much. Empty vessel sound much. If empty vessels always sound much. Understood? There are people who have got little learning, but they show that they have profound knowledge. But what they do not know, the reality is, if you look at the real picture, understood, or if you see his knowledge as little learning is a dangerous thing, you are not making a mistake. Do you get it? So, my dear, I'm starting. I feel like starting the poem. Okay, I'm reading it. The first line, the first stanza is: Belinda lived in a little white house. Where did Belinda live? In a little white house. In a house that is white in color. With a little black kitten and a little grey mouse. She has two pets. The mention of two pets are there. With a little black kitten. She lives with little black kitten. A black colored kitten. And a little grey mouse. A mouse that is also a little grey colored mouse. Is that clear? The mouse has grey color. And a little yellow dog and a little red wagon. A little yellow dog, a little yellow colored dog. And a little red wagon. Wagon means if you have entered shopping mall, you might have seen some carts, understood? Which are used to take the things, understood? You just put the things in them and then you drag them to the counter where you make the payment. That is this, cars, little cars, you can see them as wagon. They are called actually wagon, though they are used for carrying goods. Understood? So, a little red wagon means a red colored wagon. So, what are the characters we have seen? We have seen that who did Belinda live with? Belinda lived with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog, yellow colored dog, and a little red wagon. Means she also has a little red wagon. And a realio and chulio, little pet dragon. And what she also has is a little pet dragon. A dragon cannot be made a pet because it is quite difficult to domesticate a dragon, but she had. According to these lines in the poem, she also had a dragon, a pet dragon. Understood? And it was a real, true dragon. Clear? A realio, trulio, little pet dragon. Means all the creatures presented in the poem are little, and they live with her in her little white house. Clear? Let's move on to the second stanza. Now, The name of the little black kitten was Ink. What was the name of the little black kitten? Ink. And the little grey mouse, she called him Blink. And the little grey mouse had a name and it was Blink. So, kitten's name was Ink and grey mouse's name was Blink. The little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. It means the name given to the little yellow dog was Mustard. And the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. According to her, the dragon was timid. Understood? That's why, or it was, dragon was coward. So, the name she chose, or she named her a Custard. Okay, she was the name that she used to call the dragon was Custard. Got it? It is rhyming. Custard, clear. Coward, Custard. Understood? She called it Custard. Clear? We have got, then what is clear to us is that the name of the kitten was Ink and the name of the mouse is Blink and the name of the dog is Mustard and the name of the dragon is Custard. Clear? And all of them lived with Belinda. Clear? Okay, let's move on to the third stanza. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth. The Custard the dragon, what kind of teeth did the Custard the dragon have? Big, sharp teeth. You know sharp? If you have a sharp knife, it will cut like anything. Like you can, it can cut anything if it is sharp. So the Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth. It had big, it was a dragon, so it must have big sharp teeth. And spikes on top of him and scales underneath. It had spikes on top of him. You know, all the dragons had spikes on top of them. Understood? On top of their head. Isn't it? On top of him and scales underneath. And they have scales. Understood? You know what scale is? That is also a blade-like things. Right? Scales underneath. Even different creatures have scales. You must have seen scales. Understood? Almost there are many animals that have scales. And a mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose. It means they are metaphors. And mouth like a fireplace. It is a description of the dragon. Her face, the face of the dragon was a fireplace. And a chimney for a nose. You know, her nose was like that of a chimney. Understood? Chimney, what is chimney? You know, smoke comes out of the chimneys. You might have seen smoke coming out of the chimneys. You have seen or not in the villages in England? You must have seen smoke coming out of the chimneys. Understood? So it is a description, vivid description of the dragon. The dragon mouth was like that of a fireplace. It was like that of a oven. And his nose was a chimney through which smoke comes out. Alright, let's go and then really or truly or daggers on his toes. It means the nails on his feet, on his toes were like daggers. Do you get it? Daggers are, daggers, knives. Understood? Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of beers. A barrel. A barrel, a container, big container. A barrel full of beers. Animals, very dangerous. They suck your blood, isn't it? A barrel full of beers. She was as brave as barrel full of beers. Understood? And Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Ink and Blinks, actually the poet is describing the power, understood, of these creatures who live with Belinda. First, Belinda's bravery was described. She was as brave as a barrel full of beers. Understood? And then bravery or power of the two other creatures, Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. It means even Ink and Blink can frighten, understood, the lions into going down the stairs. Understood? They can chase the lions. See how powerful, how courageous, how brave these creatures were. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage. It means Mustard, the dog, was like it was. It turns into a tiger when it is angry. Understood? Who?
Master.
The Mustard, the dog, turns into a tiger when it is angry. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. But it was Custard who always cried for a nice safe cage. Here, what I can see is it is crying for a nice safe cage. But you know how, if you look at the character, the dragon, he is powerful, he is strong, he has strength of mind. But what he shows is that, that he is gentle. He doesn't want what? Problems. He doesn't want, a house which will guarantee security and safety. Actually, it is not, a nice safe cage. It is safety and security that he cries for. Understood? Who does he want? Whose safety does he want? He wants the other creatures that live with Belinda to be safe and sound, to be secure. Understood? Actually, through it, if the dragon is a dragon, it can, understood, keep itself safe. It knew fully well that it can keep itself safe. But what he was worried about, understood, was the safety and security of his friends, of the other creatures that live with him in the house of Belinda. Understood? In reality, I'm talking about the reality. Belinda tickled him, and she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really truly cowardly dragon. This line actually, show that Belinda not only Belinda made fun of the dragon, understood? Other creatures like Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they also joined her in doing so. Understood? They also made fun of the dragon. How did they do it? It was Belinda who gave the dragon tilkish feeling, and she was not merciful while, understood, doing that. It means like she gave the dragon tilkish feelings, tickled him, and Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they called him Percival. Who is Percival? Actually, in the court, there was a knight. In the court of, there was King Arthur. In the court of King Arthur, there was a knight. And that knight was not brave. He was a coward. So, here, in these lines, these characters, Ink, Blink, Mustard, called him Percival. It means he was timid, he was afraid, understood. So, they found it important to compare him to Percival of King Arthur's court. Understood? They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really or truly or cowardly dragon. It means this cowardly dragon, according to them, he was cowardly. Who? The dragon was cowardly. So they used to sit laughing. They used to make fun of him by sitting in the little red wagon. Understood? All of them. Who? Ink, Blink and Mustard. Clear? And it was Belinda who gave him tilkish feeling by tickling him. Is that clear? Fine. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. You know what happened? Belinda giggled. Giggle means smiled. Till she shook the house. Understood? She smiled till the house shook with the sound of her laughter. Understood? Why? It was sound of laughter. Why did she giggle till the house shook? It was because she made fun of the dragon. Understood? What made her smile? What made her break into a laughter, break into a smile? It was she smiled or she giggled. Smile of the girls is called giggle. Giggle. Understood? So here, Belinda giggled till she shook the house. It means she shook the house by the sound of her laughter. It means the house shook with the sound of her laughter. She smiled like that. And Blink said, Wick is the sound of a what? Mouse. Blink said, Wick, which is giggling for a mouse. Which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Custard, they rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. You know, whenever Custard cried for a nice safe cage, they asked his age. You know, generally what happens? If an aged person does a foolish thing, understood? He is an aged person, but he is committing what? Foolish things. If you are doing a foolish thing, understood? Then people will make mockery of you, saying, "How old are you?" They will ask your age. Why? It is because they want to know how you are doing a thing like that. Understood? If you are an aged person, it means you have not matured your feelings according to age. Actually, this is the reason, as he was crying for a nice safe cage, as the dragon was asking for a nice safe cage, so they found it important to ask him his age. Whose age? The dragon's age. Understood? If an aged person makes mistake, then all the people will ask him, "How old are you? I want you to know." Because for a person like you, it is not good to commit such a mistake, isn't it? Do you get it? Why were they asking his age? It was because they wanted to make fun of him, isn't it? So, whenever he cried for a nice safe cage, they rudely asked his age. Do you know why they rudely asked his age? It was because he cried for a nice safe cage. Understood? Clear? Okay. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. "Mewch!" cried Ink. "Oh!" cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Window stands for window. Suddenly what happened? They heard a nasty sound, unpleasant sound. And Mustard growled. When they heard the sound, Mustard roared. The tiger growled. And they all looked around and the sound was so unpleasant, they started looking for the place from where the sound was coming. They looked around. Why? Why did they look around? They looked around to search for the source of the sound. Understood? They went in search of the source of the sound. So here they all looked around. Much cried ink. As ink was what? A kitten. Right? It sounded or it cried Mewich. Mew. Understood? Mewich. And oh, cried Belinda. Belinda cried, oh, she was afraid. It is a sign of fright. Understood? Oh, cried Belinda. For there was a pirate climbing in the window. A pirate was entering the house. Understood? Climbed up the wall and was entering the house through the window. And they saw them entering the house through the window. Clear? So they were, all of them were frightened. Do you get it? Hearing the unpleasant sound, after you have heard this, you are seeing the pirate entering the house through the window. So all of them are frightened. And what happened due to their fright? After they got frightened, the pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. It means the pirate that entered the house, it is a description of the pirate. The pirate had guns in both the hands. Carried guns in both the hands, and in his right hand and his left hand. He held in his teeth a cutlass bright. It means he held in his head a cutlass bright. Cutlass bright means one of his teeth, he carried a knife in one sharp knife in one of his teeth. Understood? And his beard was black. The pirate had black beard. Understood? And one leg was wood. One of his legs was wood. Made of wood. Artificial leg. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. It means what was clear? When the pirate entered the house, it had an evil intention. Because if someone enters my house without my permission, he is either a thief or a robber or a dacoit. You cannot enter my house through the window. If you are entering my house through the window, you are either a thief or a pirate or a robber. And if you have entered my house through the window, you have entered my window, you have entered my house to rob me of my valuables, isn't it? So the pirate actually meant no good. It means it had ill intention, bad intentions to harm Belinda and all the creatures that lived in the house. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help. But Mustard fled with a terrified yell. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and Little Mouse blinked strategically mousehold. It means here Belinda paled. If you are frightened, if you are afraid, understood? Most of us, we actually turn pale. The reason why we will tell, out of fright. You turn pale out of fright. The same thing happened with Belinda. She turned pale. It means she turned pale out of fear. Got it? Who doesn't live in fear of being attacked? She saw the pirate and she was sure that the pirate would do her harm. Naturally, she would turn pale or became pale out of fear. Belinda turned pale and she cried, help, help. Yes, she is the owner of the house. She must cry, help, help. But Mustard fled with a terrified yell. With a terrified sound, the Mustard, the dog, ran away. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household. He trickled down, he went slowly to the bottom of the household goods. Understood? To keep himself hidden. And the little mouse blinked strategically mousehold. And the little mouse blinked. What did it do? It Strategically, it made proper use of his presence of mind and entered the household. Understood? They had these houses made for them. Belinda was kind and sympathetic. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine. What did Custard do? It jumped. Snorting, making sound like that of an engine. Clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. He clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon, in a cell. Understood? Like made for the inmates. When you are doing that, when as you walked, a sound gets produced. Understood? And it is the walk. Understood? The way he walked frightened the sound of his walk. Are you getting me? Means a kind of a dangerous sound got produced as he walked down the floor. Clear? And it was like, what is? It was like, what is it? It was like a clatter and a clank and a jangling scream. Clatter, clank, and jangling scream. Do you know when things fall on top of the other? Understood? This kind of sound. The fall of the things on top of the others. Understood? When things fall on top of the others, understood? Then you get to hear a sound. And that sound is frightening sound. This frightening sound frightened the pirate. Do you get it? The walk. It produced when the dragon walked, it produced a frightening sound. And this frightening sound frightened the pirate. And what was the reaction of the pirate? He went, and then what happened? Oh my God. He walked, he clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. It clashed his tail like iron in a dungeon with a clatter and clank and a jangling spin. He went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. He attacked. He went at the pirate, means he attacked the pirate like a robin at a worm, like the robin bird at. He attacked the pirate like a robin bird at a worm. Understood? Like the robin bird. Robin is a bird, you know? And the bird robin, he attacks whom? He attacks the pirate like a robin bird attacks its prey, a worm. Understood? Exactly like that of a robin bird. His attack was compared to the attack of a robin bird. Understood? He went at the pirate like a robin at a worm, like a robin attacks a worm. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon. The pirate gaped means the pirate, gaped. Gaped means it looked at the dragon with his mouth wide open. And it is a sign of what? Fear. Sometimes if you look at somebody with your mouth wide open, what does it mean? You are frightened. Who was frightened? The pirate was frightened. Pirate thought that there was no dragon. Understood? But seeing the dragon, the sight of the dragon frightened whom? Frightened the pirate. Understood what? So the sight of the dragon frightened whom? The pirate. The pirate never expected to see a dragon in the house of Belinda. And the sight of the dragon frightened the pirate. And this is the result. What is the result? He gurgled. And what did he do? What did he do? The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon. Means looked at Belinda's dragon with his mouth wide open. Clear? He got some grog from his pocket flagon. It means, if you are a dacoit, I don't know whether you have seen dacoits, thieves, criminals. These criminals sometimes carry wine in a bottle made of metal in their pockets. Understood? Then out of fear, what did he? When he saw, look at me, when the pirate saw the dragon, out of fear, what did he do? He took out the bottle of wine, grog, and he gulped, he drank. Why? To kill his fear. He is frightened now. He never expected to have seen what? A dragon in the house of Belinda. But the sight of the dragon frightened him. So what did he do? He took out the bottle of wine and poured it or gulped it or drank it. Understood? Why? To kill his fear. Understood? Grog from his pocket flagon, he fired 2 bullets. Now what will he do? If you are frightened and if you are firing 2 bullets, will not they miss? You are firing out of fear. If you are firing out of fear, your target will miss or not. This is why he ended up making mistakes. He fired 2 bullets, but they did not hit. You are firing out of fear. What will happen? They will miss the target. So they did not hit. And Custard gobbled him every bit. Custard gobbled him. It means swallowed him. Understood? Every bit. It means every bit of him was swallowed. By whom? Swallowed him by the dragon. And then what happened? What happened after that? When he gobbled every bit of him, what happened? What happened? There was no existence of the pirate. Every bit of him, he ate him up already. There is no existence. Belinda emerged, embraced him. Now Belinda is happy. Embraced the dragon. Mustard licked him. Mustard? It was the dog. And it was natural for a dog to what? It was natural for a dog to what?
Lick.
To lick. So Mustard licked him. And no one mourned for the pirate victim. And no one mourned for the pirate victim. No one, what?
Mourn for the pirate victim.
They did not mourn for the pirate. Why will they mourn for the pirate? Ink and Blink, in glee, did Zyrate. Ink and Blink, out of happiness, they danced around him. They went around him and danced. Clear? Out of joy. Now they are happy. And around the dragon that ate the pirate. Where did they gyrate around? Where did they dance around? They danced around the dragon. Do you get it? But the dragon was so good and so kind, so decent, so modest that it did not show its joy and happiness after he killed the pirate. And now what happened? See? They danced around the dragon that ate the pirate. It already ate the pirate. And now what happened? They danced around him. But presently up spoke the little dog Mustard. But at present now, after everything happened, what happened? But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. After everything happened, everything is over. And now at present, what is the dog doing? Up spoke little dog Mustard. Now the dog said something. What is that? I would have been twice as brave if I had not been flustered. If I had not been frightened, then he was twice, means 2 times brave. He was 2 times braver than whom? Than the dragon. He said, now the dog Mustard said, I was 2 times braver than the dragon. Now he says, after the problems disappear, they are saying, understood, that I am 2 times braver than the dragon. Then we would have been 3 times as brave, we think. It means, but the Custard, They and up spoke ink and up spoke blink. Ink and blink. This who? Ink and blink. The cat, the kitten, and the mouse. These two also said. What did they say? They must say because they chase the lions down the stairs. So they have something to say. What are they saying to prove their power or bravery? What are they saying? This ink and blink. What are they saying? Up spoke ink, up spoke blink. Up spoke ink and up spoke blink. What did they say? Would have been 3 times as brave, we think. They say that we are 3 times braver than the dragon. Understood? We are 3 times braver than the dragon. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. The Custard, the dragon, he says, yes, I agree that all of you are braver than me. What is this? This is the word of a wise person, a real hero. A real hero does not say that I am brave, I have power, I have strength, I can do anything. Understood? I can do anything. A brave man, a real brave man will not say anything like that. A real brave. I'm telling you, few days back I saw in the internet, there was a strong boxer, very dangerous boxer. And there was a man who was disturbing him. Understood? He even posed him. But the boxer answered with a big smile on his face. He said nothing. But if the boxer got very angry, if he retaliated or if he responded to his to his misbehavior, you know what would have happened? That man would have lost all his teeth, either all his teeth, or would have broken his legs or something like that. If he wanted, he could have done that, but he did not do that. This is the sign of a real hero. This is the sign of a real brave man. Understood? Now, so the dragon says, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her realio trulio little pet dragon and her true real pet dragon. Understood? She still lives. The repetition of the same lines. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of beers, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. The poem I have finished the poem. It was it was a nice ballad. It was a good, nice poem also. Understood? Written by Ogden Nash. The message I want to tell you. Actually what we have learned from the poem is that a real hero does not boast of his power, of his bravery, of his strength. He doesn't belittle others around him. He always respects others. Like Lord Krishna teaches that everybody, all the creatures should be what? Respected. They have right to live in this world. Either they are powerful or powerless. You must coexist with them to make this beautiful earth a heaven on earth. Understood? The world peace is possible only if you see others as your brothers and sisters and if you do not harm others. Even if you are powerful, don't make improper use of your power. But if it is necessary to do that, don't think twice before making proper use of your power. Like Lord Krishna said to Arjuna. When Arjuna said, no, I cannot fight against my own brothers, against the people whom I know. Understood? Who are my relatives. How can I fight with these people? But Lord Krishna said, all of them what? Are dead. They will live either for 100 years or more than that, but sooner or later everybody has to go. And you have to fight for what? Peace. You have to fight for justice. So, if it is necessary to fight for justice, fight for your rights, don't think twice before fighting. With this, I come to the end of this class. I'm sure you must have enjoyed my class. If you have liked it, please don't forget to share my classes with those who you think can benefit from them. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.